and welcome back to my channel. First of all, ignore the Ethernet cable running behind me. I'm having to download something off of Matthew's internet and it's all on a different end of the room. But anyway, welcome to today's video. Today we are going to be doing my project pan empties roundup for January. So I did actually do an empties video not that long ago. I think it was at the start of January. That was actually pre-filmed from the start of December. December was a crazy month for me in terms of like university deadlines and stuff, so a lot of my stuff, you could probably tell, was pre-recorded. So the empties that I have here are from like December and then January. So I don't have as many as I have in my previous videos, but I do still have like a decent shoebox full of just like the beauty products, and then this is the makeup that I have finished, and then I'll talk you through my project pan stuff as well. So I have here probably like 5 or 6 of the Elizabeth Arden Superstar Skin Renewal Booster. I have no idea what this did. It smelled really good, it smelled like watermelon, but I frankly have no idea what this did, if it did anything for my skin or anything at all. But I've finished like 6 or 7 minis of that. I actually had on count about 12 of those, so I finished half during my month of minis and then I've got the rest of them there. It was a nice product, smelled really good, don't feel like it did a whole lot, so wouldn't repurchase that. I have 3 of the Boots Ingredients Hyaluronic Acid Serums. I do literally go through this stuff like water. I use this morning and evening as part of my skincare routine. I've actually changed up how I use this. I'm in the process of switching a few products to make everything kind of more multi-use and multi-purpose. But rather than using a dedicated vitamin C serum, what I bought was the Ordinary's vitamin C powder that you can mix into different products, and I've actually been mixing that into my hyaluronic acid serum as kind of like a mixer for some of my skincare. I'm hoping to do that with the niacinamide powder as well. But I love this. It's a really affordable hyaluronic acid serum. Works really well, sits really well underneath all my other serums and doesn't kind of interfere with anything, and it's nearly always on offer. So I I've already got like 6 of these upstairs that I'm going to be working my way through. I finished a balm cleanser in the last 2 months. This is the No. 7 Radiant Results Nourishing Cleansing Balm. This is completely and utterly mullered. I scraped that completely dry. This is my favourite cleansing balm from like kind of Boots, the high street. I'm not really a massive fan of cleansing oils, although they operate along the same line. The oil is just obviously a liquid version of this. This melts. It just feels a bit better on my skin, and then it has better emulsifying ingredients in it to help it wash away clean. I use this as a first cleanse in my cleansing routine when I've been wearing makeup. I would repurchase this. Obviously I'm not going to at the moment because I have I think about 7 or 8 of the melting gel cleansers upstairs, but in terms of storage, while this is quite bulky, you can stack this a lot easier, so it actually ends up being more ergonomic to store instead of the bottles. So this is definitely something I will repurchase, just not now. I have 2 of the Your Good Skin Instant Dryness Rescue Relief. These are only like a tiny 15ml size. These are absolutely minuscule. But I use these when I have had like an eczema or reaction on my skin, and I basically just slather them in this and it normally goes away within like a couple of days. I have finished both of these. However, I will not repurchase these because I found other moisturizers that either do a similar job to this and are a better texture. Or, generally speaking these days, because I have the hyaluronic acid serum and I'm being a lot more gentle with my skincare, I'm not really reacting to things as much. So this is kind of like almost like a redundant product within my collection. So I'm glad I finished them. They were good products. Probably wouldn't repurchase. Couple of eye creams here that I have finished. This is the Boots Q10 Anti-Aging Eye Cream and the miniature of the Ole Henriksen Banana Bright Eye Cream. It took me forever to get through this. I'm really skeptical about spending quite a lot of money on things, but like that is obviously completely empty. I think I will probably repurchase that Ole Henriksen eye cream. I think I will probably take the plunge. The yellow tint is really good at kind of knocking back any blue discoloration under my eyes. Really moisturising, really hydrating, didn't irritate or sting my eyes at all. Just generally a really good product. I can't say that I've noticed it diminishing any fine lines because I don't really have any, but it definitely hasn't caused me to get any, so that's something at least. And the Boots Q10 eye cream, it was nice. It was just kind of meh. Didn't really wow me either way. I probably wouldn't repurchase this one unless I was in a pinch, and even then if I was in a Boots, I would just buy the Indeed Labs Isolix one, which I much prefer to this one. So it's not a bad product, it's just not really doing it for me. I finished a face mask this month. It's been about 3 years since I finished a face mask. This is the L'Oreal Pure Clay Detox Mask. Now, it doesn't look like I have finished this, but all of that is in there is completely horrible, dried gunkiness. I love this mask. I probably will repurchase it when I have run out of other face masks. And it's just really good at kind of removing excess oil from the skin, giving you like the deep clean feeling, kind of getting the gunk and crap out of your pores, and was really good for me when I use it as a spot treatment to help kind of combat individual spots. When I got them, I just dab a bit on and would basically sleep in it, and it's absolutely brilliant for that purpose. I will be sad to see this out of my collection, but I do have other products that are quite similar to this that might even be better. I don't know, I haven't really trialed them yet, so I'm looking forward to that. I have a miniature, half size, whatever, of the Wishful Yo Glow Enzyme Scrub. I don't know what this did. I don't know if I was using it right. I don't know if this did anything. In fact, it's got pineapple and papaya enzymes, AHAs and BHAs, made in South Korea. I don't think this did anything. It was a really weird sensation, like in the shower when I was using it. I put it on and it would feel like it was almost balling up on my skin. I don't know if that's right. I don't know if that's what it's supposed to do. It just felt really weird. I didn't have a reaction to it or anything at all. I don't really get it. So I probably wouldn't repurchase this, particularly I think it's like 30 quid for the full size. So a similar line to the Your Good Skin Instant Dryness Rescue that I just talked about, but it's a lot better. This is the Dr. Jart Tiger Grass Sleep Pair Intensive Mask. This is part of their Seeker Pair range. This is kind of like a half size, I think. They do it in 100 ml, but this is obviously completely butchered as well. I would say that this would be what I would purchase if I had had a reaction to something. It's really nice gel consistency, which I prefer to a cream. It sits better on my oilier skin. It absorbs really quickly, doesn't feel heavy. It was really calming, really soothing, and I can imagine this would be really good if I got like facial sunburn. I think the great one for me in summer, and I could wear this during the day. Obviously I know it says like sleep air intensive mask, it's meant to be for like nighttime, kind of repairing your skin. But if you'd had a reaction to something and you wanted to wear this during the day, it does actually, I think once I used it during the day, it does give a nice base for makeup. I don't think my makeup lasted worse on that day. Don't think it lasted any better either. But I would definitely 100% repurchase this if I ever had a reaction to something. It's so good. I'll get the kind of weird ones out of the way. I finished a toothpaste. This is the Oral-B Gentle Whitening Gum and Enamel Repair. It was a nice toothpaste. I have lots of toothpaste upstairs. Probably wouldn't repurchase unless it was on offer, because that's how I dictate what toothpaste I buy. Two deodorants that are basically the same thing. We have the Sure Motion Sense Cotton Dry Antiperspirant for women in the big, huge 250 ml size. And then we have the Sure Invisible Aqua, again in some sort of cotton fresh doohick, anti-white marks and yellow stains, antiperspirant. I like both of these. They both do a good job. I like the fragrance of them. I will say about Sure, particularly these scents, they're one of the very few deodorants that I can still smell on myself even 30 minutes after I've applied them. If I wasn't making the switch away from aerosol deodorants, these would be the ones that I would repurchase. They're really, really good, and particularly in the travel kind of condensed sizes, brilliant for like a gym bag or whatever. But because I am making the switch, I'm in the process of using up all of my kind of aerosol deodorants and moving over to more sustainable packaging. So wild deodorants are kind of what I'm going to. I've also got a few roll-ons that I need to finish using as well. But that's my goal for 2021, is to finish those. I finished a Mammoth conditioner, which has been going for a very long time. This is the Tresemme Moisture Rich for Dry Damaged Hair. On my ends, great. Anywhere else, bad. So I've learned how to wash my hair properly, which is why it's taken me literally about a year and a half to get through this, because it's like the huge 900 ml salon size. I now only really condition the ends of my hair because I don't need to condition my scalp, because my scalp gets oily. Go figure. It took me nearly 26 years to figure that out. Nice fragrance, nice texture, nice consistency, nice conditioner. I would still pick my function, even though it's like 4 times, actually probably 10 times the price. I would still pick my Function of Beauty conditioner over this, frankly, any day of the week. I also finished a L'Oreal Elvive Extraordinary Oil Low Shampoo. dry, fragile hair, not my hair type at all, was nice enough but wasn't cleaning enough on my hair. If you've got drier hair than me, you might really like this, but for me this just didn't do it. It's not enough of a clean for my hair. While it was better for my hair and generally my hair felt in better condition, I would turn into a grease ball within about 30 minutes of me stepping out of the shower. So wouldn't repurchase that at this precise moment in time. If they come out with a different formulation that was more for greasier hair, potentially I might try that. And then we have a little tiny mini Batiste dry shampoo. It took me till this morning to actually realise that I've got about 6 dry shampoo cans that are all about half used, which is hilarious because the whole point of what I'm doing this year is to finish as many products as possible. While I'm on the subject of that, I probably won't have this much of like an empties kind of thing to go through every month. Strategically, but kind of not strategically, I have picked, or I started using products that were most empty. So I have a lot of things here that I probably won't have moving forward because I'm moving into products that are more full and I'm going to be going through products at a slower rate. But this is a little mini one that I used. You'll see some of the bigger ones in the next one. Batiste, great, love it, will always repurchase. Now we're on to the last kind of section before we get onto the makeup. So I have 2 of the Boots Live and Be body butters. This is the Awakening Glow and this is the Woodland Whisper. They were both nice. They are not whipped in the slightest. They are decent creams. I wouldn't call it whipped in any sense, I would say. Probably the Awakening Glow is my favourite scent of the 2, but they're both quite nice. I think I went through one of those probably 2-3 weeks, maybe 2 weeks. I particularly in winter, I moisturise every time I come out of the shower. So depending on how liberal I'm being, I might have gone through even this in about 10 days. But still really good, and I think they're on offer at the moment. They're a really good price point. I have a few things from Fuzzy Duck, which I bought in a Christmas set. So I have 2 of the Ginger and Lime body lotions. I went through those in probably about 3 days each of those. I have a Fuzzy Duck frosted cranberry hand and body lotion. Again, went through that really quickly. This I would say is my second favourite scent. Ginger and Lime is definitely my favourite. Frosted cranberry is really nice, like slightly salty cranberry, really enjoy that. And I have the same fragrance in a hand cream that frankly I didn't just use as a hand cream, I was using it on my feet and my knees and all sorts because it was a little bit richer than the lotion, so it sat better on those areas. I have the Mulberry and Mistletoe, which is frankly my least favourite scent. Doesn't really do it for me, kind of smells like bathrooms. That was the Refreshing Shower Gel, which I went through, and the Refreshing Body Wash as well, which I went through. And then we have the Orange Flower Botanical Body Wash from Liz Earle in a kind of miniature travel size. It's 100ml, so it's still a decent size. Of all of that, I would not repurchase any of it. For me, maybe I'm using the wrong ones, but for me, shower gels are shower gels. Like, it doesn't really matter whether you pay 90 quid or 90p. For me, they really do the same job, particularly as I am moisturising after I come out of the shower. I don't have really dry skin. It just gets a bit dry in the winter, that's all. So for me, I don't think a body wash is something that I need to spend money on. And I think these worked out about 3 or 4 quid an item, whereas I could buy Original Source for £1. And for me, it has scents that I prefer and a texture that I prefer, and I think it lasted a little bit longer actually than these. And in terms of body butters or body lotions, I really do actually rate Soap and Glory. And for me, I think their scents are better, their textures are better. Overall, they're just better products for me, personally. Hello, I'm back again. Different makeup, different hair, different outfit on a different day. It's the next day after you've watched the last bit. So the postman came and then my camera died, and then for whatever reason my memory card wouldn't work and it was a whole palaver, so I just gave up and basically went to bed at like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So anyway, we're back to it. So that was kind of like my body skincare kind of empties that I went through. Not really a lot that I would repurchase, but a lot of products that I'm glad that I have finished and are now exiting my collection. It's obviously giving me a bit more space and making sure that I hit my target of not buying anything for this year. As I've said in about 5 different videos now, I've got enough shower gel that I wouldn't need to buy any for about another 3 years. I've actually curated a basket down there of some shower gel based on kind of some products that I've used at the moment. They're not bad products, they're just not products that I enjoy. So I've got like shampoos, shower gels, conditioners, I think a couple of face washes in there, things like that, that I'm going to be donating to a homeless shelter in Glasgow, because I'm not going to get the use, I'm not going to enjoy using them. So I feel that it would be better to kind of pay it forward and give it to people who need it more than I do, and I have an inordinate amount of shit anyway. So we'll move on to kind of the project plan slash makeup empties portion of it. So this is the makeup that I have finished. I will be keeping these for a yearly roundup. The rest of my empties are just going to go, but this basket specifically I will be keeping, so I can show you guys exactly what I have used, because my aim for the year is to have used and finished £1,000 worth of makeup. I can't remember exactly what the contents of this basket is, but it's got to be over £100 at least that I would say that I've used here, purely because in here there are 4 foundations that I have finished. So that was rude. So I'll talk you through the products that I have finished over kind of December, January-ish. I feel quite bad about these 4 because I didn't realise, I've just thrown it back in the basket, didn't realise that basically all of these had about 1 use left in them. So I kind of almost feel like I'm cheating, but they were in my collection. I did get at least a couple of uses out of them. I think the Rimmel I had a couple of. But we have 2 of the MAC Studio Fix Fluid here, both in the shade NC15. These look like they have product in them. I promise you they haven't. I have tried and tried and tried to get products out of this, and they are not. It's completely empty. Possibly my favourite foundation of all time. Spoken about it in loads of videos. If you're really interested, go see my full face of MAC video. I will link it somewhere on the screen. We have the Maybelline Superstay 24 Hour in the old packaging. I have the new packaging in kind of like my vanity here that you may have seen in my vlog. Of me talking through like kind of how I'm storing like my everyday makeup at the moment. This is the old packaging and the old formulation. I got 1 use out of this before this completely went. I like opened it up, scooped it out. Really nice foundation. Prefer the new formulation, so probably would be one that I'd be looking to repurchase when I can buy makeup again. And then we have the Rimmel Lasting Finish, which I did a full foundation review of on my channel. Check that playlist out if you are interested to see what my opinions were of this. But once I'd kind of realised that why this used to be my everyday foundation, I kind of went back to using it again. Really nice texture, really great price point, decent range of shades. In the drugstore you're never going to get loads of different shades. All in all, just a really good everyday foundation. A coffee right here, which is not ideal. I have a couple of, I would say, primer products that I have finished. So we have the Clarins Beauty Flash Balm in a 30ml size and the No. 7 Airbrush Away Pore Minimizing Primer. This was my everyday primer off camera for about 4 months, and just because I get really lazy and I used to kind of do my makeup on the train back when you didn't have to wear masks on public transport, so you're talking a really long time ago, where basically I would have the same makeup in my bag every day for going to work, which a couple of the products in here are the products that I would have to go to work with. Whatever foundation it would be, normally at that point it was the Rimmel one. I'd have mascara, I'd have an eyeshadow palette that I could also use on my brows, I'd have primer, I'd have all sorts of bits and bobs, and this was the one that was always in my bag, so it got the most use. A nice primer, does the job, wasn't my favourite texture, a little bit more expensive than some other pore filling primers, probably wouldn't repurchase that. Beauty Flash Balm, lovely, really enjoyed it. Would I spend the money on it again? Probably not. Just gave a really nice base for makeup, kind of started to even out my skin tone. Great. I have 4 mascaras that I have finished, 2 of which were in my everyday makeup bag for ages. So we have the Tarte Light Camera Lashes that I've completely mullered the packaging of, and we have the Lancome Hypnose, which I have also completely finished. This I bought about a year ago in the Christmas sale in Boots where they had kind of like a set with 4 different minis, and I'm working my way through the 4 minis now, and this big size for about 18 quid. It was a great price. And then this was part of my first ever video on this channel. It was a Tarte one-day sale haul that I'd done. This was part of it, and pretty much since then, yeah, I use this mascara pretty much every day. Used it for way longer than I should have, frankly, but it's completely dried out and horrible now. And I have 2 mascaras from Primark. The Fake It, which has kind of a smaller, more natural bristle brush. And we have the 3D Lash Effect, which has a more spiky brush. Both of these were nice. Both of these were okay. Would I repurchase either of them? Probably not. If I was to repurchase one of them, it would be the 3D Lash Effect, but I prefer the brush of the Fake It, so whatever. I would repurchase both of those other mascaras. Actually, they were great. I have 2 more products that were both in my everyday kind of going to work makeup bag for ages. This is the Essence You Better Work Gym Proof Fixing Spray, and the ever so famous Collection Lasting Perfection in the shade 1 Fair. I had this for way too long. This has actually still probably got a little bit of product in it, but because I was using it to conceal blemishes, and then the fact that I've had it as long as I have, I felt like I needed to get rid of it. There's like a tiny bit left in it, like barely anything at all, but absolutely brilliant concealer. Would definitely repurchase that. And this was okay, did the job. Probably wouldn't repurchase it again. I am probably an Urban Decay all-nighter loyalist now, and if it cost me 20 quid a bottle, it cost me 20 quid a bottle. So by my rough calculations, remembering what I paid for products, I think the value of this basket currently is £154 roughly. I think I'll put the actual amount that it is on the screen. And as for kind of Project Pan, like in terms of hitting pan on new products, I haven't hit pan on any new products. I haven't finished any products that are in this kind of region. A lot of them have actually just come from me clearing things out and finding things and being like, oh, I need to finish that, I need to finish that. I've got a few things that I think are going to be on the way out. So something like my IT Cosmetics CC cream, I have really been making waves with this, and there's probably only about this much product left in it, so I reckon I could probably have that finished by the end of February, potentially. Not the same as, but a similar situation with my Smashbox foundation. I've probably only got about a third of that left, which would be a good one to get rid of. This Urban Decay, that's probably going to be gone by the end of next week. It feels like there's only about that much left in it. I've increased the size of the pan on my Kiko bronzer, so really making waves with that now. This is actually, I have 2 bronzers downstairs. This is the one I'm really kind of wanting to make my way through because it's quite big, bulky packaging, that's the problem. I have a lip gloss from e.l.f., which is about half finished. This L'Oreal primer feels really empty now. That one could be finished potentially next month. I've got a lipstick, which I've only got not that long left, I reckon, of that. 2 miniature mascaras that I've been using every day for I think the past 6 weeks, so hopefully these 2 are on their way out. This is Lancome Hypnose Drama and the Estee Lauder Envy Lash Multi Effects, hoping they're going to be gone next month. And an old faithful standby of mine, which I used today, forgot about it frankly, and really enjoying it. This is the Benefit Boyne Cakeless Concealer, but I feel that this has got to be, I can see bits of packaging on the side, which makes me think that this has got to be going soon. So I'm hoping by next month to have really increased the pan on this bad boy. I'm hoping to have finished one of those foundations and the Urban Decay setting spray, the primer, both the mascaras and this concealer. I'm hoping, and then I hope I'm getting nowhere with the eyeshadows, nowhere at all. I'm hoping that I can hit pan on 1 eyeshadow and maybe have finished 2 brow pencils. That's what I'm thinking, that's what I'm aiming for next month. I've got a lot of, this is kind of the makeup that I'm aiming to have finished. That's the makeup, again, go watch it in my vlog, you'll see what's there. The makeup that I'm hoping to have finished by the end of the year. But I think Really where I'm going to struggle is eyeshadows. I've got a lot of miniature mascaras there, but you go through them quite quickly. I've got 2 bronzers, which I think I'm going to really struggle to finish both of them. But I'd like to at least increase the pan on this one and hit pan on the other one, because I've had them for yonks and I don't really want to throw them away because they are still good, they do work. But yeah, no, that's kind of my update for January in terms of empties and things like that. Let me know in the comments down below what products you've hit pan on or products that you have finished up. Are you guys doing a no spend, no buy year this year? I feel that with the world having gone to shit, I feel that a lot of people are probably doing this. I'm seeing a lot of people kind of making a conscious effort. A lot of people that I know in my personal life are making a conscious effort to kind of use less shit, I suppose. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, hit the subscribe button down below. Don't forget to turn the notification bell so you don't miss any of my future uploads, and give this video a big thumbs up so more people can find it. I hope you guys are looking forward to the rest of this series, and other than that, I'll see you next time, guys. Bye.